You know what I'm saying? Mm, yeah, I mean it's ridiculous anyway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's obviously ridiculous, dude. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, yeah, and it's going to backfire. Like again, the people that already hate the dude are still gonna hate him. Anybody who's kind of on the fence is like, man, yeah, and it's again, it's going to backfire over some bullshit. The people that already, yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. The people that are kind of on the fence are going to be like, dude, I'm voting this poor dude in. They're all fucking with him like hardcore. Yeah, yeah, it was the thing that they were accusing him. Yeah, because remember, everybody was saying that he was going to do that to like Hillary and them if he got in office, and he didn't, even though he really should have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're fucking retarded, dude. Like, I don't understand how they don't get what a shitty idea it is, and that it's not going to work in their favor. Mhm. Yeah, I'm guessing they want Biden to step down, and he's not doing it, and he's really planning on fucking trying to run again. Yeah, 'cause, yeah, yeah, because I think there's a lot of people that were like, voted for Biden that were just voting more against Trump, but now they see how horrible his fucking presidency is, and there's not many people that want him to fucking keep, you know, probably don't want him to fucking be, they'd like him to step down now, probably. They certainly don't want to fucking reelect him. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was only like a misdemeanor anyway, right? Like it was past the point of the statute of limitations for like whatever felony they wanted to try to fucking drum up. So like it could only be a misdemeanor. Like you're doing a fucking grant. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, it's very obviously it's the fucking yeah, fucking bullshit witch hunt shit. It's, yeah, definitely not going to operate in their favor in the long run. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if they just like, yeah, no, the grand jury indicted him, then we just didn't do anything from there because we knew it wouldn't fucking stick. Yeah, they want to see the perp walk, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, it's obvious to anybody with a fucking brain that this is not going to end well. It's going to help Trump in the long run, dude. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if he like egged him on too. Like, yeah, go ahead, do it. I dare you. Fucking dare you. Yeah. I'm like, no, don't do that. It will destroy me. I swear, it'll fucking totally destroy me. Please don't do it. So like, oh no, we're gonna do it then. Yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome, dude. It's a real fucking thing. Yeah, I think that district attorney, Bragg, is a Soros guy. Like Soros funded his campaign and shit. Yeah, yeah. Oh, gotcha. All right. Not surprising. Didn't Stormy Daniels come out and say it wasn't true, like recently? Yeah, she's definitely fucking nuts. Keeping your fucking mouth shut. Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, if it was again, and even like slightly unbiased media, like Biden's fucking campaign, or Biden's presidency has been disaster after fucking disaster, dude. And it's fucking yeah, and it's like it almost seems like it's like strategic. They're like, well, yeah, there's so many, but you forget about the last one because there's a new one coming up. Yeah, it's pretty fucking insane. Yeah, I don't think that kind of thing happens anymore, dude. No more good news. Nope. Yeah, don't worry, man. There'll be something else shitty that'll happen soon enough, dude. Uh, yeah. So yeah, what else is happening? Yeah. So what? I'm sorry. No. God damn. That is an ornate display of something. Jesus Christ. Is that functional? Like, do those things move? Yeah. Mm. Wow. God damn, that's fucking crazy, crazy looking. I don't know, did we? I definitely remember hearing about it. I don't think we talked about it though. Yeah. Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah, damn. Fucking vampires, dude. Mm. All right. All right. Uh-huh. Wow. Jesus Christ, dude. God damn, dude. Does any of that shit taste good raw? Well, I guess it must, at least to them. Yeah, I was gonna say, and obviously it tastes good to them. Well, if it's for the tree spirit, you know, it's for a good cause. Yeah, that's pretty nuts, dude. Yeah, yeah, it's like something that you're surprised to see that still happens nowadays. Like you'd expect that like fucking 5,000, 10,000 years ago, but like to have it still be happening in the modern world is just fucking crazy. Yeah, that works for them. They have successfully appeased the tree spirits as trees apparently keep growing, so or something. Fucking raw reindeer gorging. Bring them a fresh, bring a fresh reindeer carcass for them. Some people bring like a bottle of wine, that kind of shit, but yeah, raw reindeer, fresh reindeer kill. I'll fucking love you forever. Dude, how about that fucking tire taking out that Kia Soul, dude? Dude, yeah, that was fucking nuts. Yeah, I love the fact that the tire follows up and fucking hits it when it's after it's flipped and stopped and shit. The fucking tire follows up and hits the thing again, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Right. Yeah, that was very symbolic, I suppose. Didn't really cause any more damage, but a little insult to injury, I guess. But yeah, I was surprised, dude. I guess obviously it's a matter of just shit moving that quickly or that fast that can cause something like that. Because at first I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it must have gone underneath it, and then I'm like, no, that sole doesn't have the clearance of that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that much clearance for a tire to get actually underneath it. I'm like, fuck, dude, that's fucking insane. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You would think like aerodynamically that would not work. Like even like the front part, like was at least the front part of it kind of curved around the thing, or it was literally just a square shape. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking like if the front of the bullet is slightly like the edges in the front, like if the front edges are kind of curved a little bit, like round, not. Uh, Never mind. Uh, Somehow it works. Yeah. Well, I'm saying like the front of the bullet, like okay, it's a square shaped bullet, right? But I'm thinking if like the front, yeah, if the front edges were kind of like kind of sanded down a little bit, so they're not sharp, so they're kind of curvy. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty nuts. All right. Gotcha. All right. Either way, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, yeah. Shotguns are not generally accurate over distance. Yeah. What is this whistling bullet thing? Kinda. Yeah. I think I remember that. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Eh, yeah. Yeah, worth a shot though, I suppose. Mhm. They'll try anything. Nice. Hmm. Whatever happened with the AA-12 shotgun? It's the one that basically has like almost no recoil, and it can fire like fuck, dude. Hold on. So I remember hearing about it a while back. I'm pretty sure it was in one of the yeah, it was in one of the Modern Warfare games for sure. But it seemed like such a revolutionary thing. I'm like, why the fuck? I don't know if it was outlawed or something. Assault shotgun. Yeah, it's an automatic. It's an automatic shotgun. Yeah, because the video I first saw of it was this bitch that was like 90 pounds, was holding it with one hand, like all the way out, and fucking shooting it. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking up the Wikipedia on it now. That's just an assault shotgun. Wow. Started development 72. So again, somehow it takes all the fucking recoil and, uh, cycles it through whatever the fuck it does. So, yeah, almost eliminate it. Still three. Okay, yeah, okay. I guess 300 rounds per minute is low, but for a fucking shotgun, 300 rounds per minute is fucking insane, dude. Yeah. 8 shell, 20. Yeah, there's like an 8 shell mag, a 20 shell drum. And dude, the one thing that was crazy that I saw was they had like little grenade rounds that could fire out of this fucking thing. And the grenade rounds, like once they got outside of the chamber, little fins would pop out, like to keep it steady or whatever. Yeah, yeah, it was fucking nuts, dude. All right, so this guy, 12. Okay. Okay, bolt flies back after firing. Cycle another round. Around 80% of what would normally be felt as recoil is absorbed by a proprietary gas system. Okay. The recoil string grabs another 10%, leaving the final recoil a remarkable 10% of the normal recoil for a 12 gauge round. Wow. Yeah. But it seems like that should be usage. I'm wondering if you can buy one though. Alright, let me go get fucking. Let's see if there's actually for sales. Or maybe not because it's technically an automatic weapon. Alright. Oh, shopping. Dang. Shopping. Come on. Fucking around. A12. Nah. No worries, dude. Oh, wow. God damn. Mm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, itemized. Right, right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. What? Wow. Jesus. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can't just make your own schedule or fucking yeah. 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 That would be asking for trouble. Right. Right. Yeah. That's fucking yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's bizarre. Like, what the fuck is he thinking, dude? You're like, no, no, I checked the box. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that would be like, no, that would be insane for your company to do that. So obviously it's not them. When you get some dude that has no idea how any of it works. You're like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna call back and see if I can get somebody Compton on the line. Yeah, yeah, but when you're in it, you can't. You know, You're not always thinking about that shit. So. Yeah, taxes. Yeah, I don't have to deal with it. No, I haven't had a job in a while. No. No, no. If you make up under a certain amount of money, you don't even have to file, dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'd want to because you're going to get back anything you paid in. You know, if you only made like $8,000. Yeah. Now, plus, I think my mom always claims me as a dependent at this point, so I think so. Right, right. Nice. Got your very own Tucson, dude. Nice. All right. Yeah, yeah. I dodged all the atoms. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh wow. All right. Is that a cheat or is that a fucking okay? Uh, okay. Yeah, it's a bomb. Yeah. 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 That's not where they're actually at. Yeah. You can just never see the person, the actual fucking. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Yeah, your odds. Yeah, you'd actually be better off just firing fucking randomly everywhere. Like that would actually be way better odds than actually shooting where the characters. Yeah, because they're obviously nowhere near the fucking fake character model thing. Yeah, again, I don't understand. Yeah, well, again, we're not psychopaths. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I said. That's why we don't understand it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to lose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's yeah. They actually have some kind of sense of accomplishment despite being in a situation where it's essentially impossible to lose. So like, oh, I'm so fucking good. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, we've talked about this plenty, dude. We don't understand it because we're not fucking psychopaths or whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It actually took skill to fucking win. So yeah, like I said, it's. Yeah, I've talked about it for. Yeah, we've talked about it plenty, dude. That exact situation. The reason we don't understand it is because we're not fucking psychopaths or whatever. Yeah. Oh, is this the Batman cop thing you mean? Or okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Mm. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, dude. Like, sorry, they got way more money. They own a bunch of. Yeah, I guess they think it's beneath them, some for to have to fucking deal with it. Yeah, that is pretty fucking bizarre. So they're just harassing them because they don't like any pores near their lake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever he thinks is what the actual law is. Yeah, yeah. Whatever he thinks is the actual law instead of the actual law. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he sounds psychotic too, dude. Yeah, you're the one that's not enforcing the law the way it should be enforced. You're making a fucking joke. You had faith in the Popo? Yeah, a little. Yeah, true. They're not all bad. True. Yeah, what a fucking asshole, dude. Yeah, like pretending it's not happening. Yeah, Yeah, you're making yourself look bad. Yeah, like I get that you and your friends think it's funny, but any outside people are gonna be like, "Wow, you guys are fucking horrible." Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And they're getting away with it. Yeah. Yeah. They're above the law, dude. That law is written for poor people, not for us. Yeah. That's for the poors. They have to deal with that stupid shit. I just get what I want because I got money. I live on a lake. Yeah, it's on a lake. Yeah, it's still on a lake, dude. I'm sure it's still. Yeah, yeah. It's not like fucking Lake Tahoe or fucking on the actual like ocean front or something. Yeah, it was barely a lake. Yeah, it was more of a large pond. Yeah, I'm gonna say it sounds like just a large pond, dude. Very small lake. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's not like it was again on Lake Tahoe or actual oceanfront property or something. Yeah, not in that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. They just want to pretend like they're super rich by flaunting stupid bonds to somebody. Yeah, probably not. Odds are. Yeah, the odds are pretty low. Are you serious? Probably not. Odds are. Oh
Yeah,
shit, we didn't check anything, did we? Are you serious?
probably not.
Odds are. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
shit, we
I
didn't
did
check
not check
anything,
at
did
all.
we?
So
All right, I'm listening now. Yeah, you're not coming through at all, dude.
I bet I'm coming through now, though.
Yeah, I'll wait. Well, I gotta wait 20 seconds or so, but we'll see.
But I bet you I'm coming through now. Watch.
Yeah, there goes.
Yeah. It was the fucking thing switched up my audio again. My bad. I could have sworn I heard us both, but we don't sound that different. When you're listening, and there's also
Yeah,
like
but it would
echoes
hear.
and everything to compete with, as well as like just regular volume.
Yeah, it sucks that it can be just a quick fucking hit one little thing wrong and not realize it.
Yeah.
Fucks you.
Well, that's fun. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
Stench Ever. If you're even still there, which I would doubt at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, not likely.
Man, this game is a lot of fun. This small land. It's like a survival game where you build your own house and everything, and you have like tools and weapons, and you gotta fight like everything. But you're like a super tiny dude. Maybe on the scale of about as tall as 2 bottle caps are wide. Is your scale? So you're in like, you're cutting down like stalks of grass to build your house and shit.
Oh,
And like,
gotcha.
like gathering like itty bitty little twigs and pebbles and stuff. You're not really, you're not out there harvesting like big pieces of rock and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
relatively big, but yeah.
yeah, and the whole goal is you're the queen of your colony is sick, so you got to go like find on this fairly good sized island, which gives you a pretty good amount of like space to build on, and then like choose where you want to build your bases and all that. You got to go find a cure for the queen,
All right.
and also just in general find resources and prepare the way for future groups of people to like to live there, of your people, like you're the vanguard.
Nice.
So it's a pretty cool one. Just came out like yesterday, so that is currently distracting me. Pretty good graphics. It's all early access. It's super duper stable and really nice graphics. The bugs and the lizards and shit that you fight are a lot of fun. I like that you can turn on and off the hostility. So you can make everything that just want to kill you on sight, which I feel is really unrealistic.
Right.
Because, like, I mean, not everything that lives and exists is just a fucking giant murder face, like, it's just silly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some things coexist without attacking each other constantly.
oh, and the bugs and the lizards, like, almost all the time will just fucking go at it. Like, I picked up a bunch of materials just because, like, some hornet was flying down a pathway and saw a lizard, and they just decided that they didn't like each other.
Right.
Like one of them wasn't going to make it. And that's just how it was going to be. You're like, damn.
We cannot both exist in this world. One of us must die.
Yeah, hornet and lizard. We don't eat the same things. We don't even travel in the same areas other than this one random chance. But one of us needs to die now because we've seen each other. And you're like, all right, that's a little weird. I don't like that aspect of the game. So I got to turn that off.
Nice.
And also, you would think that like these little people got like weapons and shit and kill bugs all the time to eat them. You'd think the bugs would avoid them, like not want to fight them. You know what I mean? Like not be like, oh, food. They'd just be like, those are the things that fucking killed Earl. Stay the fuck away from that thing. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope this one doesn't have weapons for some reason and attack it.
Yeah, and we always
it also
do.
had weapons. It looks like they all do. So
yeah,
it's a hard lesson to learn and have to, die.
it's very very frustrating the way they do that in games. And I understand they want to have a fun, but at the same time, it's like you can make it challenging without doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense logically that.
It's like, I also don't like games where nothing runs away from you.
Oh, right.
Because, like, in this game at least, like, for instance, ladybugs will run away. So if you fuck up a ladybug and it's, like, taking damage, it just gets the fuck out of dodge. It runs fast.
Yeah, it doesn't decide to continue fighting a battle it can't win.
For no reason. Yeah, a lot of times it'll be like no reason. They're just like, I have to fight you until I'm dead. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you not want to like run away while you still had some health and you knew you were losing?
Yeah, they just have no sense of self-preservation at all.
That's how you know you have a really good dungeon master if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Is if the monsters at like 10% health will fucking run.
Yeah.
They're like, oh hell no, this guy's gonna kill me. I don't want to die. Oh, okay, yeah, the goblin is running. Oh well, now that makes sense. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Oh, I saw the best thing ever. So there is, a big problem. Well, it's not a big problem, but it is a problem that's been going on, and it's been going on for a while because nobody's made a law to fix it because it's such a random fucking happenstance thing. And the deal is, say you got you a property, and for whatever reason you let it sit with no one in it for a period of time, like 6 months.
Right.
And somebody comes in and just moves their shit in, prints up a fake thing, and says, "Oh, I was on Facebook Marketplace, and this guy had me sign a lease and rent the property to me. I'm the rightful tenant of this property." And when you show up, right? Squatters, right?
Yeah.
And you can't. The police, for some reason, they don't think they got to do anything about it. Even though you have a deed and that person has a fucking lease.
Yeah, that you obviously had nothing to do with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It had nothing to do with you at all.
So and they think they should still get to continue to live there. Like,
well, you have to go through the whole court system, right? So this dude, his mom's house, his mom was dying of cancer, so we moved her in with him, and the house lay vacant because he was dealing with all this other shit, and he couldn't fucking be asked to like fucking deal with that and everything. So he was getting it cleaned up, and he was about to put it on the market, and fucking squatters show up, in his house. And then calls the cops like you should, because they're not fucking squatters. They're trespassers. They're legally trespassing. Yeah. There's no reason that the police shouldn't be kicking them out of the house. That's one of the things that really gets to me about it. Is like there's really not a good reason for the police to say like, oh, we can't do anything. Because it should be really simple. You have the deed, and they have a lease, and it's not you that signed it.
Yeah, there's nothing tying you to this alleged
unless
person.
They got your name on that lease, then ain't nothing to do with you. I mean, I can understand if it was your name on the lease, they'd be like, well, we don't know if you gave it to them, and now you're taking it back without trying to, evict them properly or whatever. Nah, it's just you with the lease, and then with a deed from some guy named Frank on Facebook Marketplace.
Like, like it's pretty obvious. Whether the person that's squatting is in on it or not, that's another matter.
Yeah.
Like they could easily have just printed up a fake document and said, "No, this guy, I gave him $6,000." First of all, if you're renting a place, why would you give anybody $6,000 up front? That's kind of a ridiculous claim. So yeah, the person that's squatting has probably got that fake document. Claiming, "No, this guy, I gave him this much." When did you ever have $6,000
Yeah. Was that a Samaj I heard?
That was a Samaj.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Samaj?
Hey, can I pop in and say hi real quick, see what's happening?
Not much. We were banned from streaming for a couple weeks because of strikes.
Oh, what happened? I
was it was the same old bullshit where like you can't talk about coronavirus or elections or any of that shit.
Really?
Yeah, there was misinformation from that. Which is, obviously it's not misinformation. We all know it's not. We got like actual fucking publications are putting stuff about it in the news and all that. It's not like there's not as much question anymore. But that do be how it is.
I never asked this, but was that from a recent stream, or is it one they went back to like months or years ago?
They went back a couple of months, or maybe it was a couple weeks. I don't know. It was a couple weeks, couple months. It was not one of the most recent. It wasn't like the week after. So we're essentially I'm gonna start trying to get us over to Rumble.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much point. I don't know if there's much point in streaming on Rumble. I mean, do it, I guess, but there's not really much money. Well, just political stuff. But
there's a bunch of people moving over there. So
it's on the rise, man. That's why I'd like to get in.
Steven Crowder's making a big push. He's bringing over a lot of big named comedians like Jim Brewer and what's his name? I can't remember his fucking name. Just something or other.
Okay.
He's like an Italian guy, like a brutal comic, but there's and there's more. Like it's not just those two. Nick DiPaolo. So he's bringing over a bunch of people, and he's saying, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna worry if I get banned off of YouTube, I get banned off of YouTube and go on Rumble.
Yeah.
So
the
he's
Revenge
throwing
of the
all in
Jedi.
with theirs, so that's bringing a lot of other people to the party. And I'm like,
Well,
now is probably a good time to expand in that area because, you know, hey,
I don't know.
smaller level of competition.
Right.
Yeah,
I
no,
would. I do like the idea of Rumble, and I do like the idea of having a competitor. With that said, though, there's some big problems on the horizon because Rumble is a Canadian platform, and unfortunately, Justin Trudeau, who has decided that he's going to veto all debates in regards to his internet censorship bill, and essentially, you're no longer allowed to debate it. And so, when he tries to pass it next time, which is probably going to be soon, essentially nothing can stop him. In which case, Rumble will just stop being a viable platform because it won't be able to operate. So don't get too excited.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know
Well,
if it
there's
will.
always the chance that they moved Rumble from a Canadian company to an American company.
I doubt that too. I mean, they could try, but the problem is that the servers and stuff that you have in America, there's not a lot of independent related ones. A lot of them you have to go through things like Amazon or other kinds of servers, and they're not going to let it happen either. So I like Rumble, but things are not going in a good direction for that. So
The only way to know for sure is to wait and see.
I mean, it could be like worst case scenario, you might just need a VPN just to access Rumble, which is fine, I guess. But it's bad for me because they're trying to outlaw VPNs. And as far as I can tell, they're doing the same thing in America.
Trying to outlaw VPNs? Fucking what? That's ridiculous.
Canadian government. Oh yeah, and then they're trying to outlaw.
Dude, your government's trying to fucking go crazy, dude. What the fuck?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Y'all need to get fucking go the French route. Get that French Canadian back out and break out the fucking guillotine, man. Yeah, exactly. It's time for the guillotine, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Trudeau is a fucking despicable person, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not as bad as what's going on in France right now with Macron and the protests going on over there. That's insane. That's a really they
got people getting blinded by the police and crazy shit over there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, heads are being cracked up. Well, partly because
lost a fucking eye.
Well, I think it was partially due to the fact that I think it was 30% of the police force just sort of gave up and joined the protesters, which is insane because then what's remains. Yeah, well, because what remains.
A whole bunch of your police just were like, yeah, we're with those dudes. Fuck you, man.
Well, yeah, because the garbage men are with them, the firemen, everyone's with them. Which is I don't know why Macron is still doing what he's doing because it's you're not going to win this. It's clear you're not going to win this. Also, people outside of the city is coming in there, so it's you have almost your entire country going against you. You might as well just stop while you're ahead.
Well, you still have a head.
Well, that's the joke. Waka waka.
Yeah.
Are they still wearing the yellow shirts?
The yellow vests? Some of them are.
Yeah, yellow vests, sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been going on kind of off and on for fucking years now, right?
It has. Well, France is a big protesting part of their history, so they do it all the time. But yeah, it's quite insane. So we shall see how things play out. Canada is a very magical place, and I don't foresee us going too well.
Well, I mean, you would think they would have learned after the truck thing, but...
Well, you have to understand is that we don't have leaders. We have employees of World Economic Forum and all that, the big shadowy governments, if you will. They're the ones who are in charge, and they're the ones who run our politicians. So they're employees, and they're doing exactly what they're paid to do.
Yeah, that's gonna... I think that's one of those things, so, I think one of the things that the right needs to change is their policy on doxing people. I think the right needs to actively dox these people who are hiding in the fucking shadows.
Well, they do,
I mean fully on put their addresses and phone numbers out and dox them for what they're paying to have done, and make it and broadcast it as widely as possible on every platform.
See, that's what they do. But the problem is that whenever you mention this, you'll find out it's like some organization that's out in the open. But then they say it's just a conspiracy theory, and sometimes that works. Sometimes you can't get actual information out. Sometimes just the conspiracy theory saying actually works. And that's unfortunately, we may have to all be conspiracy theorists. We may have to just sort of say, yeah, it's all true.
But that's the thing. The more you do it, the better it is. Like, you can't fight the shadows if you're not willing to fucking shine the light. You know what I mean? You gotta fucking bring it out into the open, or you can't do anything. Because then you're just not doing anything. Yeah?
Yeah, and how many wild former conspiracy theories have turned out to be totally fucking accurate?
Yeah, really. What's his name made a whole career out of it? Alex Jones, right? I mean,
he's not always wrong. The crazy shit he says, dude.
Alex Jones did say, recently, it's like if he was to actually make an attempt to go and run for the presidency, he thinks that he actually has a good chance of winning. I'm like, well,
I'd vote 100% vote for them in. Are you kidding me?
No, I would
any day of the week, I would 100%. I don't think he'd win.
Crazy by most people, I think, but yeah.
See, that's what gets me. It's like if Donald Trump were to be assassinated and actually die, and I'm like, well, who's going to take his place? If Alex Jones rises to the occasion, it's like, who do you want? Like if you're the deep state, who do you want in charge? Donald Trump or Alex Jones? Alex Jones has been gunning for you his entire life. Donald Trump, it's like, yeah,
I'm pretty sure Alex Jones is legitimately insane. Like, I'm not joking. I think he has some legitimate mental health issues. Not enough that I think he would be disqualified for running for president, but enough that I don't think anybody would have any chance of controlling him with any means.
Well, did you hear about, back when James O'Keefe was in charge of Project Veritas, they actually did investigate InfoWars and Alex Jones? They actually had reporters in there, and they said, yeah, there's no corruption, no nothing. It's just that these are a bunch of crazy people. And but they're also right, so it's like, yeah. They investigate.
Sounds crazy. Some of it is crazy.
They did.
But yeah, they're genuine in their insanity.
Yeah, they did everything that they did with everyone else.
Yeah, this ain't an act.
Yeah, this ain't an act. They all mean it, and they all believe it, and they unfortunately they're accurate. So it's like, yeah, they essentially got verified by Project Veritas. Like, yeah.
Project Veritas. We thought we might get something interesting, and no, they just nuts. They just out their fucking minds.
They're out their minds, but they're not wrong. So,
that's what I'm saying. Crazy. Like the way he phrased the "turn the frogs gate" thing was unfortunate, because there was truth there, because it was causing them to switch genders or whatever the fuck was happening. Like some crazy shit was happening, but the way he fucking said it and the way he delivered it, or what he said and the way he said it,
they're turning the freaking frogs gate.
Yeah.
Well, it became a great meme, and it got his name out there. Even prior to that, he had been banned off of most platforms, but he's back. Everyone's back. So, well, not everyone's back.
Yeah, he's definitely on Rumble, and holy shit, dude, he has like a 24-hour-a-day thing going, dude. One of his channels, literally, they had something playing or somebody on all the fucking time.
Yep.
Because there's clips from all of it from my fucking, because I've subscribed to him, obviously. And fuck, dude, it's always in my feed, dude. It's like 8 out of every 9 things are fucking something from the Alex Jones, the InfoWars channel.
Anyway, I wanted to just pop in, say a quick hi. Gaming, streaming, so I thought I'd join them on that one. So I just thought I'd pop in.
For sure, man. For future reference, we may be on Rumble doing the same old thing.
All right, that's fine. Just go around, show your stuff. Remember to actually put some effort in.
I got a bunch of clips I'm starting to edit down. I just had some
we really should contact some people about, because again, if we get 100 subs on Rumble, we don't have to pay for anything.
See,
we can stream without having to pay. I feel like we know at least 100 people that can subscribe, even if they're not going to watch.
Probably. Well, you need to start shilling, and also use the systems as they're intended. Like, here you are on YouTube. I keep looking at your things, and you have no no hashtags, no nothing, no links. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
I got to
just
figure out
gaming
how to
or
put that stuff in
politics.
there. It used to be a little simpler, but it's changed in how you enter it.
You just enter into the description, man, and then hit enter. That's it. Just
No,
do
there's a
hashtag.
separate
Start doing
place
that
where you're
on
supposed
my.
to put your hashtags. It's not in the same
Doesn't matter.
place.
Doesn't matter. It all works.
That's the
It all works.
video
Although,
thing.
granted,
Yeah.
maybe it did change recently. I haven't posted a video in a while. I probably should get back on that, but I got shit to do, man.
You're
Yeah.
making money.
Yeah, I
You're
should
making
start
money the
doing
way
that with,
you're working now, though. So I mean, you don't necessarily need to change what you're doing.
Yeah,
Well, I
like on
mean,
my videos, though, I should be putting the like hashtag golden retriever, or, like, you know what I mean? Like
you,
the
do
videos
you
that I put
post
up with my
videos?
golden retriever grandpuppy.
Do
What?
you post videos?
Yeah, they're almost all of my son's golden retriever. I just
Oh,
recently started doing it a few months ago, just because I was running out of space on my phone. Is why I started putting them on YouTube.
yeah.
So I could erase them and I'd still have them. But yeah, there's a bunch of videos of me and my golden retriever grandpuppy that I'm obsessed with. So, but yeah, I should really start putting tags on that, like at least hashtag golden retriever or something. So,
Well,
but
yeah.
yeah,
But you gotta use the system as it's intended. You can't just put a video up on it on YouTube anymore and expect it to get a view or
yeah,
two. You have to
yeah, get
actually
any
put in
traction.
effort. And
Yeah,
if you could do some edits, do some clips, put them on YouTube Shorts. Although I don't know if I'd want to, because I would come in there sounding like Alex Jones, like "Return of freaking frogs, Gray."
yeah. Actually, the only two that the videos that I put up, they were both shorts accidentally. Like for some reason, YouTube made me make them shorts. They have way more views than any of the other shit I put up.
Yeah, because they're trying to promote shorts, because they're trying to take over the TikTok algorithm, especially if TikTok gets banned. Which, by the way, don't believe the whole nonsense, because if you listen to that thing with the TikTok CEO, and they kept all the various different politicians kept talking about protecting the kids. We got to protect the kids, protect the kids. It seems kind of strange, and part of the reason for that is because if you look at the details of what they're pushing, it also includes things like censoring other platforms, not just TikTok,
Yeah,
also Facebook and all that.
Okay, I wondered about
yeah,
that
that's
because
the
I was
thing.
like, it seemed odd that both sides were like, "Yeah, it's probably
Won't
time to
somebody
ban
think of the
TikTok."
children?
So what it is,
Yeah, anytime they trot out anything about the whole "won't somebody think of the children" thing, it's
Yeah.
always suspicious.
yeah. So what it is, it's an attempt at internet censorship, similar to what's going on here in Canada. It's just being done differently in the guise of
Yeah,
TikTok. So keep that in mind. Don't believe all the nonsense, and I wouldn't support it. But keep an eye on that one. Anyway, I gotta head out, so I'll be back. I'll talk to
Later.
y'all later. Bye.
thanks much. Peace. But yeah, that whole fuck, what's the name of it? I forgot the name that they put it under. But yeah, it's kind of in the guise of censoring TikTok, but it's something that is quite obviously going to be used to censor and fucking dox and fuck with people. Well
Oh
beyond
yeah.
that. Yeah, they're calling it the TikTok Patriot Act. That's not the name in like the actual legislation, but that's what people are referring to it as.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm against TikTok because, and not for the spying aspect of it. Like that's obviously a problem.
Yeah,
But that's not the main
it's
problem
obviously
in my
making people.
opinion. My problem is that they're basically like a one-stop shop for like pedophiles to find a fucking kid to groom.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, and then they've got the cosplay Patreon to OnlyFans train going as well. So it's like you have a bunch of kids that are basically being corrupted and turned into like porn stars because they're on TikTok and for no other reason. And it's you shouldn't be. I mean, I don't how it shouldn't be controversial. You shouldn't even have to say it, but you shouldn't have to pass a law to get people to stop putting their kids in a situation where they're accessible by like 40-year-old adults who are telling them like, "Oh, you're so pretty, you're so talented. Here's $20 on some sort of," because there's 5 billion ways to transfer cash now.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of them essentially untraceable. Here's $20. Send me a picture of you in your panties. You know, like.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking
It,
it's scary, dude.
it's like that's not. Yeah, it's bothers me that nobody ever uses that argument, like because to me it's like, well, you know, save the kids, but you don't really give a shit because you don't actually know what's going on. Because if you really wanted to save the kids, you'd know that it's not about Chinese data gathering. You'd know that it was about, you know, fucking little kids being turned into sex workers over like a period of time by groomers.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking. Ugh. I'm still trying to find the name. Why can't I find the fucking name of this dude?
Oh yeah, and Belle
I'll be
Delphine's
looking in
back
the
doing
wrong
weird shit.
Yeah,
Your
shocking.
favorite of those people. You're
Dude, it's so fucking.
you're a super fan, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's so inexplicable, but it's not. It's again, it's
Well,
guys
she
that
appeals.
want.
I mean, of course, she's big on TikTok. She appeals to the fucking pedophiles. That's what a
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
portion
she
of
still looks
TikTok's
like a
audience is
kid,
just
but she's
pedophiles, and
actually
I don't
an
think
adult.
people realize
Yeah.
like there are like and the unfair thing is I totally get it. There are a lot of really normal, regular TikTok channels where there's nothing going on. But I don't know how you deal with the problem with the pedos right now. Like I just don't know how you deal with both problems. You know what I mean? Like how do you
Yeah,
resolve
yeah.
that? How do you create a space where people can use a platform that does what they want, but you know also protects kids from and I you know it kind of comes down to the parents, I guess, at least to a certain extent. You know, the parents got to get more involved and be aware of what's going on with their kids. Because, like,
Yeah,
if
yeah, that's tough, man.
somebody's spending $500 to send your kid a costume, a sexy anime costume, so that they can go take a bunch of pictures and send back like 20 pictures of them in that anime costume.
Yeah,
Like, you as a parent
Jesus
should
Christ,
be
dude.
concerned about that, don't you fucking think?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you would
But
think
it's
that
gotta
would be something
incredibly
you should be a
difficult.
little, you know, a little disturbing. Like you shouldn't be like, oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I guess you would have to regularly like look through your kid's fucking history, dude, because it's gonna be hard to keep up with that shit. That's like
I
almost
mean,
a full-time job
being a
there.
parent isn't easy. Like it's not like we're
Yeah,
expecting
no,
it to
no,
be a
I'm not
simple
saying
thing.
it's not. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it sucks that it has to
At
get
no
to that
point did your
point, but
son
we're
start
at
sending
that point.
pictures of his feet to some 40-year-old down on the internet, right? I mean, like
Yeah,
it can't be
yeah.
that fucking hard, right?
Although, I mean, I definitely like warned him about that shit, but I didn't follow. Honestly, I did not track what he was watching that closely. You
But
know
it's
what I
not about
mean?
what they're
So,
watching, though. You know what I'm saying? It's about what they're putting out
yeah,
on the internet. So, like, if your kid
right.
has an account and they're uploading stuff on TikTok, be aware of what it is. Police what they're
Yeah,
uploading. Make sure that it's not sexual content. There's a lot of these so-called, what do you call it? Memes or whatever. Essentially, it's like a lot of TikTok stuff is just people copying something somebody else did. Like trying to
all
do their
right.
own thing that's exactly the same, which is really bizarre looking to me. Um, let's see here. I wanted to check the channel thing. Yeah, no, Samaj and Stretch Overgrown. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought if somebody was listening, I should at least know. uh, but you know, you should at least know what they're posting and look at the memes and talk to them about it and be like, hey, look. This meme is so that girl is going to see right there, dead right there, where she squished her boobs together and out in the front. That's a sexual thing. It's not just a dance. They're doing that to provoke sexual attention from people. And you're
Yeah,
12, and that's not okay for you to do that. You're not old enough for that to be appropriate behavior. That's what you do as a parent. You know, like, and that's what really
yeah,
needs to be
yeah,
happening more than anything else. Is parents need to be getting involved. But we need our institutions to also be saying like, this isn't fucking cool. You know, there needs to be some sort of penalty for the parents too if they're not doing their job. So like, I kind of feel like, you know, if your kid gets groomed and kidnapped, you should be facing aiding and abetting charges if you weren't involved in their internet stuff. Like, you have no idea what they were doing on the internet at all. You know, because it's like, I don't care if kids are watching porn, whatever, dude. Kids are fucking other kids, whatever. You know, like that's normal shit. 16-year-olds go out and do stupid shit. They drink beer that they steal from their parents, and they get fucking and they get laid. You know, like that's normal teenage bullshit. But like adding 40-year-olds through like an internet stopgap, you know, is not really acceptable to that experience. Like, we don't need that part of it. We can take the pedophiles and block them out of it altogether. That'd be great. Because, you know, I mean, even if they ban TikTok, you know, something else is, like YouTube Shorts is there, and, you know, there are going to be other people, other platforms will open and take it up, or even TikTok itself will just shift gears and open up under a different company name. Because initially, wasn't it like Musical.ly?
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure it was Musical.ly, or first it was a short thing that Twitter did, where it was like kind of meant to complement Twitter, in that it was like a 15-second video maximum.
Oh, gotcha.
Then it became Musical.ly, and they upped it to like 30 seconds, and then it became TikTok, and they upped it to like 2 minutes. If I'm trying to remember, I think I'm correct.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I just don't remember the first initial company's name, but it's been out there for. Yes, it was Vine. Then it was Musical.ly. Then it was TikTok. Because you can see people who've uploaded TikToks that they saved from other channels or whatever, like old shit. Or you'll see like memes where like people who are on TikTok now and really big have like a Vine or a Musical.ly like image in their fucking YouTube collections or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Because there were some people that were funny as fuck on Vine, and then Musical.ly, and then TikTok, and did great comedy shit. And it was you know, they just weren't funny any other way. Like they had that, you know, 15 to 30 second joke thing down really well, but they just couldn't do long format anything. So they never translated onto YouTube and whatnot. But you can find like their collections of stuff. Like there's this blonde girl that was pretty funny. There was a bunch of different guys. There was like a Bat Dad. It was like Dad in a Batman costume, but he did also a bunch of other shit without the costume that was pretty funny. But I just think that, you know, that's the main issue with TikTok is parents aren't paying attention to what their kids are putting out there, because, you know, you see like a 16-year-old girl with a thong and she's got her pants pulled all the way down, half her ass hanging out, doing the same dance that every other fucking teenage kid does, and posting that on TikTok. It's like, you know, clearly mom and dad didn't see that shit before it went up, and if they did and they allowed it, then mom and dad shouldn't be mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It's a tough situation.
Yeah. Do you know anything about this whole Gwyneth Paltrow ski crash trial thing? Have you heard anything about this?
Nah, nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know much, so I was hoping.
I mean, it's Gwyneth Paltrow, so I'm sure it's
exactly
entertaining. I just haven't heard anything about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's fucking horrible. Entertainingly horrible. Yeah. I don't know the details. I was hoping maybe you did, but all right, never mind. Oh, I posted that thing on the Discord just for the thumbnail, because that was a product you could buy to kiss people over long distances. Like if you're separated from your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
Oh, really? There's a way to send kisses via the internet?
Yeah, do you see it in the Discord? I just posted it.
Let me see. I'm scrolled way back in the Discord looking up different things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, it's like a set of fucking like synthetic lips, dude, that you put in the bottom of your phone. Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, well, there was a butt they sold where you could interact with the butt. And like it would show pleasure if you did certain things, and unhappiness if you did other things. And you
Oh,
could
wow.
like learn and teach the butt what you liked and stuff. And so like, you know, if you slapped the butt, it might be unhappy, but if you stroked the butt, it would be happy. So I'm not surprised they have this kissing thing. Do the lips move?
Yeah,
I've been on a
dude.
bit of a
Yeah,
binge of bad.
Oh, I
yeah. I
love
don't
this
remember.
dude. Yeah. This guy's fucking great.
Yeah. What's on? Um,
I don't remember his name
He's
offhand, but
moist critical. It's moist
Moist
critical
Critical. Yeah, okay.
on Twitch, but then he goes by like this Penguin Zero G shit everywhere else.
Yeah.
And Charlie. His name is Charles apparently, so he goes by Charlie.
Does he have a chocolate factory?
He might. He's got chocolate factory money at this point, probably.
Those lips don't open nearly wide enough for any teenage boy to do what they really want with that.
Yeah.
Because you know the second, like, a 13-year-old sees that shit, they're like, my dick's going in there.
Right. Yeah. Or at least my tongue. What the fuck?
Yeah. Goddamn. Funny as hell. So you can kiss people. You know what? There's a lot of fucking VR chat people who have long-distance relationships. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking, like, Ohio and Wisconsin. I'm talking, like,
Yeah.
U.S. and other countries.
Yeah, that's just fucking crazy.
So I've met a lot of people who are like, you know, they really like are trying to figure out how to like manage some sort of physical aspect to a relationship that's been going on for like a couple of years. And
Yeah, if I
these
can't
are
fuck you
people
in
closer to
person.
our age, like in their, you know, early 30s, late 20s, most of the time. So it's kind of interesting. That might be a thing that maybe they would like. Maybe they would like being able to like hook up their phone and pretend to kiss somebody in VR or something.
Yeah, get some semblance of actually physical contact with each other simulated.
Abusing my incredibly high credit limit because I have a really good credit score. I pre-ordered the next generation of Vive headset, and it's basically wireless, man. Like you have a, it's easily half the size of what's out there now that I'm using, which is the Vive
Right.
Cosmos, which is pretty good. Like nobody's gonna say that's a shitty one. That's a pretty good headset right there. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. It's up in like the top, I would say probably top 2 or 3. But this next one, man, it's going to be like less than half the weight, easily half the size. You're going to be able to plug and play with battery packs. Each battery pack will last like 2 hours. And you know what? That's a pretty decent amount of time, you know? And it's going to have... you can even do a lot of the stuff, and some of the games you can be able to play without having to use... what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the term. Without having to use controllers. So you can just use hand gestures to do a lot of the stuff now. Controlling the games and input and stuff like that. So that's becoming a big thing too. So I have a feeling like this VR stuff is going to get pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, sounds like it. No, it's
So like things like lips and stuff, like you could be in those VR glasses with your phone, making out with somebody in VR, like, and they're making out with the other end. That could be pretty, I guess, maybe intense. I don't know. I've no experience with trying to kiss a phone and pretend it's a person in VR, so I don't know.
yeah.
But those
yeah,
people, it seems like it might be something right up their alley, so that could be something that sells.
Yeah, it'll be something.
I wanted
Restrict
to.
Act. That's what it was called, by the way. I finally found it after this whole fucking
Oh, you
time.
figured it out, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Restrict Act is the one that's allegedly going after TikTok, but it's going to go after all kinds of shit it shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. I think it sounds like there's enough, what do you call it? enough resistance to it that it's probably not going to get ratified or whatever.
Yeah,
The
probably
fact that
not.
it's
You would hope.
close. Yeah, the fact that it's close is disturbing enough.
Man, I just trying to think. There's more other stuff that I got. I gotta go back up here real quick. Let's see.
No.
Oh, they pled guilty. The cheater fishermen, the ones that were putting the weights in. They're not entirely sure exactly what the punishments are all going to end up being. Like that part hasn't been totally done yet. But they're basically just saying, "Yep, you got us." One of them even gave up like $100,000 boat, so presumably he either paid for it with his winnings or it was a prize.
A tournament where that was the I think there was a tournament where that was one of the prizes or the main prize.
Yeah, so they're they just said, yeah, we really got nothing. We got no.
Yeah, you caught us. Well, I guess
no excuses. No way out of this. So you know, do what you will.
Yeah, I assume that's got to be fraud on some level, at least, right?
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. They're getting sued by a lot of people, and that's what they're getting sued for in a lot of the cases is fraud. As it should be.
Sounds about right. Yeah. It's pretty obviously fraud. Nope, I better turn that down. There. I don't know if that was coming through or not, but
no, it wasn't. But I do appreciate you being careful. My ears appreciate it.
I keep seeing these ads that say that tinnitus is actually like making you lose brain cells, dude. That's disturbing.
It's absolutely horrible. They just fall right out your ears.
Yeah.
They turn like a weird waxy color and substance-like. Yeah. They turn waxy, but I can tell that they're more orbular. Yeah. They're more orbular wax deposits. That's how you know they're the brain cells coming out of your ears.
Have you seen the commercials that I'm talking about?
No, but
probably not. Right?
I just figured I'd riff on that a little.
Right. Yeah, I never watched the whole thing, but that's like the first line.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they pronounce it like I always thought it was tinnitus, but they're pronouncing it tinnitus.
I'm not sure which way it is. I've heard a lot of people say one or the other, like tinnitus or tinnitus. It seems pretty interchangeable to me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like there's some doctor out there that if they heard that would just start screaming at me. So, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but
if it's tinnitus or tinnitus.
Tinnitus sounds right to me, and that's the way I think I've always heard it until recently, but whatever.
Yep, exactly. At the end of the day, it's unpleasant if you have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way, you got it. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it is not a pleasurable fucking circumstance, but
I hope they're fucking just being. I assume that's just some scare tactic bullshit.
No, you don't actually lose brain cells.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So tinnitus is like it's one of those weird things where it can be caused by a bunch of different things. So one of them can just be like your brain has just crossed wires and decided that like now you're gonna hear this sound that you normally wouldn't have heard.
Yeah, some kind of weird short circuiting in your brain hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is what it is. I'm lucky in that mine fades in and out a little bit. So sometimes it's louder. It's always there, but sometimes it's louder. Sometimes it's quieter, which, as you can imagine, makes it a lot better. So like you'll have bad days and good days. Like right now, it's pretty loud, but that'll pass, and then in a few hours it'll probably get quiet again.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like the back pain, but not exactly. Mine, like I said,
you do tune it out to a certain extent, though. After a while,
Yeah.
you really do. It doesn't seem like you would be able to, but
Yeah, it's kind of just becomes background noise, I assume. It's kind of like, have
if
you
you
ever
can
had somebody
focus in on
point
what you're
out,
doing enough, and you're doing like something that's engaging enough, you can really tune it out. Yeah.
it's kind of like how, like, somebody was like, God damn, those crickets are chirping loud, man, and you don't hear it. And I mean, you've been hearing it technically the whole time,
Yeah.
but you don't actually consciously notice it until somebody points it out, and you're like, "Fuck, dude, I wasn't even hearing that shit."
Yep. Exactly.
And, yeah, that's not exactly, but kind of close. It's kind of like that, I guess.
No,
I would
it is
imagine.
really like you literally just tune it out really, really well, and you're like, oh, I don't hear it at all, and then suddenly you'll hear it again because somebody says something,
Yeah,
or like you just start thinking about it. It's surprising how easy it can go and come.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, dude, I gotta go back to my fucking base. I collected so much shit. It's easy to
Yeah,
forget how fast
over.
your what do you call that? You know,
Yeah,
the stuff your
inventory.
character's carrying. Inventory fills up when you don't have a weight limit. It's just a limit of like how many items fit in each stack and how many stacks of stuff you can carry.
Mm,
It's very, very simple
yeah,
to be like, oh, fuck. Also, this map is pretty awful. Game is really good. I really, really enjoy the game. There's just a few little aspects that are kind of like, meh. Hopefully they'll
I
improve as
hope
the
they get
game
rid of
goes
that.
on.
Yeah, hope they fix that.
The map should be a
So,
little
yeah,
more
you said it was
detailed.
kind of early access, right? So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really the complete, kind of like the beta version or whatever the fuck you call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the kind of
Was it
stuff
free or did you buy
I will
it?
be complaining about. Be like, I don't really like the way the map works. I think the map could be better. So I think that's a fairly valid complaint that will get addressed over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, something that other people are going to probably share their discontent with as well.
The combat's pretty trash right now. They really,
Although, you know, as Bethesda games have proven, shitty combat is not necessarily a detriment to a great game.
true.
Although at least there's, I mean, it's not like it's inconsistent or anything. It just sucks.
Yeah,
It's
I
at
know.
least it's consistently bad. It's the same shitty combat all the time.
Yes.
So that counts for at least a little something.
Oh, I almost hit a beetle. That would have been bad. Some of these beetles are pretty big and will just tear you apart. I'm guessing the one that's about the size of a fucking RV is not one I want to start a fight with.
Yeah, you probably want to level up a bit.
So far there's
Before you
no
get into
no
that.
leveling. It's just getting better equipment. So like, you know, upgrading your weapons and armor from the basic to the more effective over time. That's all you're really doing.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's like
So yeah,
you know, you start out you're building things out of fiber, and then you're building them out of bark, and then you know, I'm sure you'll be building them out of stone or something eventually. That kind of progression.
yeah. So yeah, do more of that. You'll kick that beetle's ass in no time.
Yep, and I'll get a stone weapon of some kind that'll nuke the beetle or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that beetle needs to get stoned.
Yes, cannot argue with that.
Wait, what the fuck? Where the fuck did this guy come from? What are you doing over there, red guy? You're all alone. Let me help you with that. by putting you out of your misery. There you go. You're welcome. Oh, there's your partner. Okay. Well, now he's lonely. Gotta help him out.
You murdering a lot of people over there, sir?
Yeah, but I'm just they would murder me if they could.
To be fair, that's
They're
probably
not
true.
friends. Yeah, he's got a big knife. He's looking around all around him. He's not looking right behind him though, so I'm gonna stab him in the neck. There you go. I'm gonna take your knife too, fucker. Yeah, I'm playing Far Cry still. The Far Cry 4.
Jesus, this is really obnoxious.
Yeah. But my Far Cry 4 playing?
Yes, no, that's my problem. No, every fucking my inventory keeps scrambling.
Oh, it's not listed in the same spot. And anytime
We're
you
like,
look at it, basically.
So you have a hotbar, and then you have 4 rows of inventory that you can carry. In the 4 rows of inventory, every time I don't pay enough attention for a while, everything gets moved around in my inventory. So like my hotbar stays the same at least, but like where I've put things in my other my inventory just scramble. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Your inventory is sprouting legs and wandering around the stack.
I think it has something to do with taking things in and out of your hands. So when I pick up, when I equip my sword in my hand to use my sword, it stays in my hotbar, but it disappears in my inventory and leaves my inventory with one space open. And I can even fill it, and then I have to have something in my hands, or there's nowhere for stuff to go. You can't like put your sword away because your inventory's full. You got to like switch, just directly to the next item. Which is kind of annoying because if you want to run around, it's a little tiny little bit quicker with your hands empty.
All right.
So you want to put your sword or your pickaxe or your whatever away while you're running around. And so I think it has something to do with it's not. It shouldn't disappear from my inventory when I put it in my hand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what's scrambling it up.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I can't think of any game that's ever worked like that. It's fucking crazy.
Well, I think it might also have something to do with like a preference for how things get organized based on how many items are in a stack. It seems to want to try to like like put large stacks near large stacks for some reason.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's so like you pull your sword out and you got a stack of like 30 things. It wants to, if your sword's in the very top left spot, like and you start a new stack of stuff, and it's really big, it wants to go in the top left spot because it's the biggest stack should go in the top left corner, and vice versa. Right. So I think that's what's going on. Though I'm not an expert by any means, so I wouldn't.
You're not an expert on the game that just came out, that you just got it?
I mean, on any sort of thing to do with gaming and designing games, or how the programs work, or any of that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like, let's go further. We're not going far enough yet. That's what I'm saying.
You would not believe the amount of things that when it comes to games.
Yeah, I just don't know any of that shit. So, yeah, I'm just stopping here to get my shit repaired and grab some stuff to take with me to not starve to death while I'm collecting more materials. I don't know how much of the game, as far as like what you can find and explore, is already added yet. So I got a feeling that is going to change over time.
Also, do they still call it beta, or do they just call it early access now? Is that
I think they call it early access. Beta is generally reserved, as it seems like, for games that are actively being tested by a test group.
Alright.
So if you're not like having a group that has to come in and like give you a report after each session of what they found, glitches, any of that kind of stuff,
Then it's just early access.
then it's just early access, yeah.
Alright. They don't want to hear your shit. They don't want to hear your nonsense. Then it's just early access.
Yeah, but even early access, you can still send them like reports of issues you find, and if they get enough issues, they address it.
Yeah, but beta is like that's what you're there for, basically.
Yeah, you're only there for.
You essentially need.
Oh, so early access usually your game doesn't get wiped ever. Beta, your game usually gets wiped at a certain point. Like, you get to play it for free, and you get to do all this cool testing and stuff. But it's with the knowledge that it's all going to get wiped when the game goes to early access or goes live.
Yeah, so you're not way ahead of everybody, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so in beta,
especially for people that didn't have access to the fucking game.
Yeah, so for beta testing, you know everything is temporary. Yeah, like I just went to sleep and picked up a couple things and then moved my shit around. Okay, so that is it took me a while to figure out that's what was happening. I thought it was related to me dying, and then things just got scrambled when I died. But now I'm definitely sure. Like, I've been paying more attention. I'm like, yeah, no, my stuff was... When I went to sleep, I only had 10 items, and they were all very specifically organized. Fucking whoa. Snow, baby. Winter cometh immediately, apparently.
You just woke up and you're like, oh, I guess
I went to sleep and it was rain.
Over.
I went to sleep and there was rain, and I woke up and everything was covered in snow.
No sleet in between, huh?
Yeah. You know, because in the survival games, your character has to, like, get some Z's.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it
when
is it one of the
ones
fight.
where you have to sleep?
You don't have to, but at a certain point, it seems kind of odd that your character would still be able to function.
Yeah.
Like, you start to feel bad for your own character. You're like, wow, maybe I should...
Probably let you rest a little bit.
Let you rest, man. Sort of it's sort of in the same regard as what do you call it? Skyrim. Like, you don't have to sleep, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, I would only sleep if I was about to smith something like that. I was trying to max it out because you get a little bit of the well rested bonus or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, literally, I would never think about sleeping other than that.
Well, especially early
after
on.
you kill that, after you talk to the Arantino kid in Windhelm, and you kill Grelad the Kind.
Well, it's like early on if you get the what's the one, the blessing of the lady, I think it is, the one that lets you improve all your skills a certain percentage faster.
Yeah, I think it's the lover one.
The lovers one, yeah. Because there was like the thief, the mage, and the warrior marks, but those each only did one set of skills. And then there was the lovers. I think it was the lovers. Yeah, the lovers one where you get all of them get increased by like a slightly lower percentage, and it's like always go for that one because it's then you don't have to remember which skill and which thing all the time.
Yeah, I remember that because there's a sketch by Sean Zaz, the one that did the Senile Scribbles.
Yeah.
the best Skyrim parody ever.
Oh yeah. That guy's funny. Funny. That guy's stuff is funny as hell.
Yeah, yeah. Like I watch even the Fallout. So I've never played any of the Fallout games, but I watch those, and those are pretty fucking funny too. Uh, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did parodies of Game of Thrones too that were pretty fucking funny.
And I
But
imagine
yeah,
his humor
yeah.
is
There's
good.
that one.
Is really good in the sense that you don't have to be a fan. You wouldn't have to watch the Fallout games to really get the jokes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
the Skyrim stuff.
yeah. No, I remember. I've watched. I've definitely had people watch it that are not like had never played Skyrim or any of that shit, or even gamers, and they're like, yeah, no, that's still pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I would probably I should go check out that Game of Thrones shit because I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones, but that guy he makes some funny shit.
Yeah. No, he definitely does a great job of pointing out the stupidity and just fucking making it really fucking funny.
Well, Game of Thrones is that style of writing that I don't like, where the writer has no real talent and all he does is just kill people to ratchet up the tension. Like he just doesn't know how to tell a story without killing people. Because it's like nobody should be unkillable. You know, if you're telling a good story, death should be a possibility. The characters should die in the story.
Yeah,
but
sure.
not all the characters, and any time the story has a lull, somebody else has to die. That's just shitty writing. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Although there are circumstances where I've seen like wholesale slaughter in movies and TV and books and stuff where it works, like like Conan's village getting destroyed in the beginning of Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, yeah.
Whichever variation of Conan you're watching. That's definitely a very meaningful part of that story. But like you don't do that. It's like it's not like Conan and his friends are hanging out in the city and getting drunk, and so everything is kind of nothing really going on. So Conan stabs some dude to death in the fucking alley for no reason. Like
yeah, yeah.
Oh, did I tell you about No Country for Old Men?
What about it?
Okay, so we do a movie night where we watch random movies, and the movie inflicted on me by the last movie night where I wasn't the one that set it up was No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
That is a fucking weird movie.
Yeah, dude.
For like an hour and 15 minutes, it's a really great movie, and then it just fucking falls apart for no reason. Like the weirdest way. It's like all of a sudden all the main characters just like start dying off screen and shit, and you're like, what? Because that was the part that got me.
Is terrifying though, right?
Oh, the assassin dude? Yeah, dude, that guy's a fucking monster. Oh shit, dude, that's what, and that's why I'm saying it's an amazing movie for an hour and 15 minutes. And then about an hour and 15 minutes in,
kills dude is fucking insane because they're like, they just stand there and they let them put this thing up to their fucking head, without moving or fucking.
He kills like a few people that way. It seems to be. He's this big like advocate of like you should know why you're following the rules and whether or not you should keep following the rules.
Yeah.
And so the people that he considers to be like sheep who follow the rules in to an extent that they shouldn't, those are the ones that seems to be like the way he kills them is that's the way he kills those people. Like the guy who sees him walking up to him with a fucking tank of air in his hand and this weird hose and metal contraption. He's not wearing a police uniform, and he stops and waits for him to walk up to him anyway.
Yeah. How do you not know that something might be up with this dude?
Yeah, like why would you continue to? You're obviously you're an idiot. Like this guy's clearly stupid.
Yeah. You're obviously a fucking sheep who's You know,
And so he
death
kills
is
that guy
not gonna
that way
matter.
because that guy's, he's just a sheep. Who gives a shit? But like
Yeah.
he'll shoot other people
Yeah, I
or
like the
strangle
interaction.
other people too. Like he kills people a lot of ways in that.
Yeah, yeah. I like the interaction with the guy in the little shop, the coin flip where he refuses to pick heads or tail.
Then he's like, "What am I flipping the coin for?" He says, "Everything."
Yeah,
And you're like, "That's fucking terrifying." Jesus, what the fuck's gonna happen?
yeah.
Like I barely know this guy, but I kind of like him. He seems like a nice enough dude. Is he gonna get murdered?
Right.
And then like, you're flipping
Him to
out.
have to die.
And then the main character, the guy
Yeah, just
who
because he said
grabbed the
something about
money
you being from
the
Dallas or whatever.
the what?
Because he had just said something. The shop owner early on had said something about him being from Dallas or asking him if he was from Dallas or something.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And he's like, "Why do you care where I'm from?" or whatever the fuck he says.
Oh yeah, he asked the guy where he's from, and he's like, "Why do you care?"
No, I think he asked him if he's from Dallas or something like that. All right. Yeah.
And he's like, "What does it matter where I'm from?" Because he doesn't want, he doesn't want people knowing where he was. He doesn't want to be connected to like crimes or murders or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And the guy was just basically just making conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Because you and I would talk to the guy and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming down here from California or whatever," and like, "Hey, where are you coming from?" Like that kind of thing, and it's a fun conversation at the gas station or whatever, like your typical normal fucking thing. Yeah.
Fucking strangers.
But yeah, that was.
And he's like, "No, I think you have to die for asking that question. But I'm going to give you a chance."
Yeah, that was interesting that he gave him the chance to survive. That was pretty cool.
And then he ends up not flipping the coin or anything, right? He lets
No.
him live,
He flips
right?
the coin. The guy called it right.
Oh, okay.
The guy called heads, and it was heads. But he only gets to call it after it's been flipped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Then he gives him the coin and says, "No, that's a special coin. Don't confuse that with any other coin, dude."
He says,
Remember, because he's just going to put it in his pocket?
He said, no. That coin needs to go with the other coins because it's a special coin right now. But if you put it with the other coins, it just becomes a regular coin.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he puts it in the the cash register, and the guy gives him like the nod of like, "Yeah, that's what I meant." Because it's if he puts it in his quarter, then it means something. If he puts it in the cash register, then it's just another quarter. And then it goes out to be a quarter in the world instead of
the coin that saved his life or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Realize.
That weird sort of situation that he was in. Yeah, that was a weird fucking interaction. And it was so great and so intense, but then like an hour and 15 minutes in or so, the main character, the guy who took the money from the cartel thing gone wrong.
Right. Llewellyn.
He just gets murdered off screen, and you just show back up and he's dead, and the money's gone, and it's never like addressed where the money went. And it's like the money in it itself was kind of a character at that point in the game. So it was very disappointing. It was like, and then you think, okay, well, there's going to be some sort of what do you call it? Confrontation between Tommy Lee Jones' character, the sheriff, and the assassin, right? Because you were thinking initially it was going to come down to a face-off between that guy who'd gotten injured in the hotel room. He had like a bullet wound that he was dealing with, and so did the assassin. So they were both weaker, and you're like, oh, this is interesting. How is this going to affect the final confrontation? And there's no final confrontation of any kind.
Yeah.
It's just fucking Tommy Lee Jones goes and looks in the hotel room. No one's in the hotel room. He goes home to his wife, and he's like, I'm retiring or something, and then he fucking retires. And then he goes and fucking has a dream about his dad and him fishing, and then fucking movie ends. And you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, no, that movie it's great, because you're like, what the fuck? And like, it was all a bunch of really, like, well-shot stuff, like really evokes like emotions and fucking that kind of shit, like just through the scenery or through the way it's shot or all that. And then at the end, they're just like, "What?
Yeah. So like, I give
That's
the
how you're
movie
ending
like
this?"
a. If I had to rate the movie, I'd rate the movie like a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
Because
like it's horrible, but it's great.
yeah, it's great for the first hour and 15 minutes, and it's worth watching even if that's all you watch. But it's just very
Yeah,
dissatisfying when it comes to an end, and you're like, well, you
yeah.
didn't
At the
really
end,
conclude your story. Like, you clearly don't know how to tell a story as well as you thought you did. Or I thought you did.
yeah,
But, you know, whatever.
yeah. Although I'd have to see more about it. Maybe that was built for some stupid artistic reason.
So, okay, here's the reason I went and watched a bunch of fucking YouTube videos to figure out what the fucking reason was.
Oh, okay.
Here's the
Okay.
reason. It was basically like talking about how the genre of westerns is dead. And the reason it has no conclusion is because that's just not how things work in film anymore. So, you know, it's not how the world has moved on from westerns and that style of movie ending. So they couldn't have a confrontation at the end because that's just not.
That's
You
not
just
how
don't
it's
do it
done
anymore.
anymore.
Nobody cares. Nobody wants the westerns anymore. It's no country for old men.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, really fucking dumb.
You're really up your own ass with that ending.
Yep.
With that
I 100% agree with you on
explanation,
that one. It really, it's one of those ones where you're like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
Yeah, like it's not that fucking epic, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, and you're not really. It's not really some sort of high art. It's just lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I couldn't figure out exactly how, so I did this stupid shit.
Yep, pretty much. I couldn't figure out how to end the movie properly, so I
Yeah.
decided
I don't know about you though,
it.
but I really rooted for Llewellyn to get away with that. I don't know about you, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I really wanted him to get away with that money.
I was with him until what was it? Until he set up the
Crossed into
trap.
Mexico? Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought, like, I was like, all you gotta do is disappear, and that's not that hard once you got rid of the tracker.
Yeah.
Just disappear with the money at that point. You know, get your girlfriend, get her bitch mom, and then move on.
Right off into the sunset, yeah.
Yeah, just move to a whole different state that nobody knows you. Don't fucking, you know, fill them in. Be like, hey, look, this is a once in a lifetime deal. We got $2 million fucking dollars here from the fucking from these scumbags. We can live out the rest of our lives in comfort and ease as long as you keep your fucking mouth shut. Although personally, neither his wife nor his mom nor her mom were particularly useful people. I would have just fucking ditched everybody.
I was gonna say, I would have just been like, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Because he didn't have any family left or anything like that, so it wasn't like there was anybody that he cared about that much.
Yeah.
And those people were clearly too stupid to be worth $2 million. So you just disappear.
Yeah, if I was in that situation, it would be pretty easy to just walk away by myself and say, "Fuck that bitch. I'll find another
Fuck that bitch, I'm
stupid whore."
Yeah, exactly. It was a dumb thing to end up being a part of. Oh, this is really trippy. It's actually kind of hard to find your way around now because everything looks so drastically different with the snow.
Mm,
I like it.
interesting.
Yep. It's these are my jam. These kind of games where it's like survival games where you like collected a bunch of shit and then building bases and going out and fighting like monsters and shit. In this case, it's all bugs. And I think the biggest and the baddest bugs you can fight are the spiders.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
What's kind of fun though is there's also like a bunch of ants, different kinds of ants. So you might run across an ant and you may not want to fight that ant because there may be another 24 ants that are hiding around the fucking corner.
Yeah,
That
you never know
you
what
kill
you're
that ant
exactly
and they
gonna
all
see.
show up and want to fight you too. But right now,
You always think it was weird in Skyrim how the frostbite spiders were actually pretty fucking easy to beat.
yeah, it was kind of like, why did you even have them there?
Yeah, it's like they're fucking terrifying. Gigantic spiders coming at you. And then, like, yeah, it's super easy to just fucking kill them off. Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird.
Oh, that's where you get the nectar from. Nice. I'm still early enough that I'm finding certain things here and there, like that I didn't know.
Yeah. The exploration phase. We're still kind of working out how exactly the game works.
Yep. Building up my tools, like I'm at the second tier of tools. Not quite. I'm sure not the highest tier yet. So I'm starting to get access to more and more plants that I can cut down. More and more materials, so I can upgrade more tools. It's very entertaining. I still gotta say my favorite thing though is watching the bugs fight each other and then going and cleaning up the spoils. Because they do actual damage to each other, so if like there's a bug you can't beat but you know that it wants to fight every time it sees this other kind of bug, you could potentially train that other kind of bug over to it and then like let them fight it out and then kill whichever one is still alive at the end. Oh, and then one of the really interesting things that I like is if your tool breaks, it still works, it just doesn't work very well. So
Well,
like
Not horrible.
so like your hatchet, you know, breaks through the plant in like 3 swings. Normally, if it breaks, it might take you 20 swings, but you can still use it
Yeah.
and still harvest that really valuable plant. Like, so maybe you can't make a 4th tier tool again, but you find something that you need a 4th tier tool to harvest and you only have a broken one. You could still potentially get that item, you just have to take a little longer to get it.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
you're
cool.
not shit out of luck. It just gives you more opportunities to get stuff without having to like spend a lot of time traveling back and forth.
Yeah, you might just have to grind a little more than, yeah, if you have the unbroken tool.
Yeah,
Or
it takes you an
whatever
extra 15 seconds with the broken tool. So if it, you just barely manage to get where you're at and suddenly there's these really valuable things that you see, if you want to take that extra time, you can do that without having to travel all the way back to your base, repair everything, and then come back. So
Does
very,
that
very
fast travel
handy.
or no?
Not that I've seen. I imagine people will want that.
Yeah, most likely. I can guarantee. Yeah, if that map is at all sizable, people are gonna want.
It's pretty big, yeah.
So yeah, big enough that people are gonna want. They're gonna want that. I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think here's what I suspect will occur. I suspect it will be an item that you craft that will let you fast travel.
Makes sense.
Most likely, at least that's the most logical circumstance I can imagine it doing. Because there's a lot of games like that, and so it just seems like this kind of feels like. As far as gameplay goes, it feels a lot similar to the Conan Exiles, in that the combat is kind of chunky and really, really bad, and that it also feels a lot like the Viking one, Valheim, and how it progresses and how all the items like unlock as you go. So like you don't get the recipe to build a flint hatchet until you found flint.
Right.
So like each time you find a new thing, you're like, oh yeah, because it might teach you how to make some new shit.
That's a pretty good setup.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, you know. Like you start off, you chop down a bunch of fucking twigs and tiny little leaf things, and you get a bunch of fiber and wood, and it's like, all right, here's what you can make with that, and you make your little fiber and your wood stuff, your wooden hatchet, and then like later on down the road, it's like, you killed this bug, you have these mandibles, now you can make a what do you call it? Oh, what's the term? Mandible pickaxe or whatever. It's like some sort of mandible pickaxe.
Mm.
So you know then you know you can make that. You make that, and that lets you harvest rocks, and then rocks teach you how to make a stone hatchet. You know, and so like you know, kind of progresses that way, and I think that's kind of appropriate. It feels very natural and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
like how things would progress in if you were learning how to do this shit in real life. You're like, oh, hey, look at this thing. If I put this and, you know, tied it to a fucking stick, I might be able to break those rocks over there with it. Plus, building a hut out of, like, grass blades is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Flint and refined wood. I do want to know if there's a way to disassemble old shit.
Oh, break it down to its components or whatever?
Yeah, like old tools and weapons and shit. Because I got a bunch of, like, I got like a crude hatchet and a couple of wood hatchets and like a wooden club, you know, and then like a wooden sword. Like I'm obviously not going to use the wooden sword. I got a flint sword now, you know. And I think the next upgrade from that is like a probably something to do with like a bug part.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have at least like, I don't know, like somewhere you can display the shit or something at least. Even if you can't break it down. You're like, I remember the wood sword days.
Like I just made a ladybug travel kit.
All right.
That's kind of cool. Oh. Some of these things are cool, man. Yeah, you can tame the bug, so now I can get a ladybug to carry my shit for me.
Wow. Now you got like followers and pets and shit.
Apparently
Kinda.
you can. It's new, so I don't know entirely like what all is out there. I do know that there's some stuff. I can watch some videos from a lot of people that have had it for the beta test. But I was kind of like, you know, man, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to just be surprised.
Yeah, maybe if you get bored with shit and you're like, all right. Now
Or
I'll
if
see
I
what
run into a
kind of
place where I
shit
just
I'm making.
absolutely can't figure it out, I can go watch. But yeah, exactly. I want to experience it on my own. Learn it as I go. Like I've now upgraded to being able to make health elixirs.
That sounds like a handy thing to have.
Well, I imagine they're going to heal a lot better than the fucking bandages and a lot quicker. So I'm looking forward to that. Plus, I just figured out I can make a weapon out of a grasshopper leg. So I'm definitely going to do that, because that sounds cool, right? I mean, who doesn't want a fucking grasshopper weapon?
I wonder if it's like a big boomerang thing.
I don't know. Haven't made it yet. Don't know. We'll find out.
Or maybe it was some kind of like spring-loaded thing. How their legs kind of work.
Oh god, that reminds me of that stupid golf club I saw. There's like a golf club that's like spring-loaded to hit the ball for you.
Oh yeah.
And it's like for they're touting it for people that are like crippled or old or something, and I'm like, man, if you can't make it, maybe you should not play golf. Like, if you can't hit the golf ball, that's kind of part of playing golf, man.
Yeah, it's the hardest part.
It feels kind of shitty that you get to just like, you know,
dude, getting your swing plane correct is like a huge part. Like, it's the biggest part of golf.
Yeah, and it seems
Really?
kind of shitty that you get to just skip that part, you know, like.
Because again, like with a baseball and other shit, like baseball, you can swing super hard and fucking hit it pretty far. You try to just swing super hard without paying attention to, you know, how your fucking club head's coming down and all that kind of shit. You're gonna fucking spray the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
You're gonna hook, you're gonna fucking slice, you're gonna, yeah, that's pretty shitty.
Oh, nice. I can train a grasshopper? So I can train a grasshopper and ride one of those too. That's kind of cool. They're pretty big. They're like the size of a bus. I bet that's going to be pretty fucking handy. I think they need to tweak their menus around in this game a little bit too. Just they're not as quite as intuitive as they ought. I'm gonna see if I can't keep me a couple of grasshopper treats and go fetch me a grasshopper.
I don't think I've asked that before. You actually play golf still? Or you have played golf?
I used to play golf, yeah, when I was in high school.
Oh, shit.
Played with a buddy of mine. We would go down and there was like a local fairgrounds with a racetrack, and in the middle of the racetrack was a little 9-hole golf course.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
They also had a range, but the range was not
technically a
in the
sport,
middle
you know.
of the golf track or of the racetrack.
Oh, gotcha.
But the racetrack was like a big fucking oval, and then the inner oval of the track, they built a golf course, which is actually pretty fucking smart if you think about it.
Yeah.
Not wasting your space, that's for sure. And it was just a fun little 9-hole
like
course,
all
and so me and my
par
buddy would go down there on the weekends once in a while, and I'd take my dad's clubs, and he'd fucking borrow another set of clubs that we had, and then fucking just play some good old golf.
How many... Are they all par 3s or something? Like, how do you fit 9 holes? I mean, it's a big area, granted. But putting 9 holes into the interior oval of the racetrack.
There were 2 par 4s.
Okay.
And the rest were par 3s.
Okay. That makes sense.
And it's only 9 holes. It's not 18. And then the way you would do it is if you wanted
Right,
to
right.
play 18, you'd pay like an extra. So you'd pay like, I think it was like $15 to play, which you know how old that is. Like
Right,
$15 to
right.
play, $7 for a bucket of balls, and then $8 for the second round. And so you'd go through the second round and you would play off of the feet of the women's tees the second time around if you were a dude, and if you were a lady, you would play off the men's tees the second time around, so that you'd have at least a little bit of change.
Right, right.
Though I think you could play off of whatever tees you wanted. Like, it's not like there's somebody out there watching who gave a shit.
Yeah, they're gonna kick you off for not playing by their fucking rules or whatever.
Yeah. We would fuck around a lot. The only things to remember when you're playing golf, if I remember correctly, were if you're going pretty slow, let a couple of people play through.
Yeah, yeah.
Let a couple of groups pass you through, and they can go play through, and you'll make a lot more friends that way. Otherwise, people will be very angry with you, and you will not be well liked amongst the golfing people that day. They will really dislike you, and they will tell you that.
No.
So I really appreciated the bluntness of the other golfers and like teaching me the etiquette of like, nah, you're supposed to let people play through, asshole. Oh, okay. Didn't know what that even meant. Go ahead. That was kind of fun. And the other one was just like, don't be shitty to people for no reason, and don't damage the course. So like,
Yeah.
you see those where they hit a big fucking chunk of grass with the ball on the first hit every time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to go pick that up and put it back and like kind of push it in, mash it in a little bit.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, you
do
don't want
that.
the ground up for anybody playing later. Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Or
next
you
guy
bathe
might want to play without the ground all mashed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, yeah. I remember bringing some people along that one dude drove his golf cart onto the green. Like, we didn't even think it was possible for somebody not to know that, I guess. So we didn't, like,
Oh, I didn't
that
even
out.
think you'd need to say you don't drive the golf cart on the fucking green.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's exactly what I thought. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And he drove it up within, like, 5 feet of the fucking hole, dude. And you're like, dude, get that thing off the fucking green. Yeah, I thought that was fairly common knowledge, or common sense, if not common knowledge. Driving a big-ass golf cart under the fucking well-manicured greens. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Man, this wasp just took a disliking to my house for some reason. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm playing on peaceful because that's just I prefer peaceful.
Right.
And
right.
I'm just chilling in my house because there's a storm and you got to stay inside or you can lose health unless you're dressed in like special shit, which I don't have yet because I'm sure it's much further on in the game. And his wasp is just chilling and he's like sitting next to my house all through the storm. I'm watching him out the window and he's like just hanging out there buzzing along. And then motherfucker just decides like that wall needs to go, bitch. He's like, I don't like that fucking wall and I'm gonna take care of that. And you're like, what? Why? What did the wall do to you?
So it just can't attack you, but it can attack your wall?
Yeah, it took a front. Well, it doesn't attack you out of nowhere. So like, the way it's set up right now, the bugs are cool unless you attack them first.
Oh, okay.
Same with the lizards. I don't know about any boss monsters. They might not be so nice. They might just immediately attack on sight. which would be, you know, hey, whatever. That's totally reasonable. You know, I can't expect everything to be peaceful. But like, some things will run when you attack them, and some things will fight back and just start killing you. So, yellow jackets obviously are not gonna just run away. I'd like to try my potion. Oh, that's substantially better health. Holy shit. It's like 30 health compared to like 10 health from the bandages. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, you know, I don't think I ever finished telling that story about the guy, the people that squatting.
Oh, yeah.
Because, what's his name came in?
Oh, yeah. Samaj came in, yeah.
Yeah, Samaj came in at just the right time. I might actually go watch a video on taming these fucking bugs before I try wasting all that shit I just got. So it was brilliant, right? So this homie, his mom's house gets squatted in, and they're basically just taking over his fucking house. And he gets the sheriff out there. The sheriff won't do anything. Gets police out there. Police won't do anything. So he's like, well, shit, this is ridiculous. So, but he figures out somehow or another, maybe via Facebook or something, that this lady and everybody else in the house is gone for like a couple of days. They're gonna go somewhere or something, like maybe vacation or something.
Right.
And so he goes down and he moves all their shit out, moves all his shit in. And then what are they going to do?
Yeah, change the locks.
You got a lease. You got a lease, but I'm in the house and I have the deed to the home. I own the home outright. And the sheriffs are obviously, you know, they weren't going to kick them out for squatting. They sure as shit aren't going to kick him out because, you know, he's in there. He owns the home. They can't kick him out. You got to take it to court. So she was left in the same situation he was in, where she was like, well, you know, my only other option is to take him to court. And clearly, that did not work out well for her. She ended up giving up and apologizing and like leaving. So,
did she ever admit
got it back?
$1,000?
No. Well, and the thing is, it's it's all well and good to say that it has to go through the courts and it'll take you like a month or two to evict them, even though they're not legally in your home.
Right.
But over that month or two, a lot of these people will do unimaginably large amounts of damage, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in damage.
Yeah,
and
they'll fuck it up.
Here's the part of the video I really, really enjoyed, because it's the one I 100% agree with as to how you should handle it. Depending on the state you're in, if you have castle doctrine or stand your ground laws, you are the homeowner. So go back into your home with the gun and ask them politely to leave. And if they don't, stand your ground. And well, you just shot some intruders. They were intruding into your home. You felt threatened. And so you defended yourself.
Yeah, I'm glad he found a more peaceful solution, but yeah, that's interesting.
No, this is the lawyer that was telling the story in the video. So when a lawyer says flat out, like, this is the way I would handle it, like, I would just shoot them. But he says you got to make sure you know the laws and do it the correct, you know, follow all the laws so that you can't be held criminally liable for it, and you're good to go. He says, I wouldn't say this is legal advice. Do what you want, because, you know, this is a risky choice. You might not be the one left standing. He says, but I would be. I was like, God damn. He's just, when a lawyer's like, I'd kill him. Like, Jesus Christ. And he's not using a euphemism. He's not saying allegedly in Minecraft. That's kind of scary, because, you know, he knows exactly what the laws are.
Right.
But I gotta say, I kind of agree with him, man. Like the way the mechanic in the story found to do it was, you know, moving everybody's shit out and moving his stuff in. Um, but 9 times out of 10, like they're never gonna leave for long enough for that to happen anyway. And
Right.
you know, the whole time they're probably doing damage to your property anyway. Just in general, incidental. Just, you know, living in a
Yeah,
house,
they're
you diminish the value of the house just by living in it. It wears it out. You know, a little bit
yeah,
at a time. Maybe it's not a substantial, you know, huge amount of damage, but still, you know. Also, you know, there's a long period of time where you're going through all those court costs. They're not going to pay you for the court costs, so that's going to cost you more money. Uh, and you're not making your rent that you're supposed to be like renting that property out for. You're not able to sell that property that you're supposed to be able to sell that property for money. You know, all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And then, of course, the squatting thing is bad enough, but there is actual laws that if you didn't know they were there long enough, they could literally just apply to the city to have the property changed to them as owners. Even though they're trespassing and they haven't paid you for the property, they can literally just take the property if it's like, I think it's like 10 years or something like that.
yeah,
It's not easy to do, but it is a thing that does happen.
yeah.
There was
England,
a
it's like
story.
way less period of time. Like it's like 6 months or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, you have to like some places. Yeah, some places it's a very short period of time, comparatively. But there was a
Right.
story I remember hearing about a guy who had some property from, it was like family property that had been passed down, and some lady
Right.
built a goat enclosure on it, and because he was waiting to, when he retired, he was going to build a little house on it and retire there, you know, with his significant other, and
Right.
she built a little goat thing on it. He shows up, he's like, "Get your fucking goats off." And she's like, "Nah, it's been 10 years. It's my property now." And talked to the city, and they took it and gave it to her.
Wow.
Which is disgusting if you think about it, you know, because it's like, that's his
Yeah.
property. It doesn't stop being his property because he didn't live there all the time. Like, I don't drive my car every day. It doesn't mean somebody else can just go take my car out for a ride and own it because they're driving it at least. You know, that's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever heard. But yeah,
Yeah, that is
weird
pretty crazy.
laws. And at least when the government just takes your property, they have to compensate you. You know, like if they're going to take your house because they're going to build a road, or they've deemed it to be whatever reason that they have to tear it down or whatever and build something else there, at least they have to give you fair market value. You're not like completely shit out of luck. You're not going to get as much money as it's really worth, but you're going to get something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for it to be like that, we're like, well, you weren't here for like 10 years, so
Yeah, and if you think about it in the context of his plans, there was nothing on
yeah.
the
Why
lot.
would he?
There's no
Yeah,
reason for him to go out and check his property every fucking year, much less in 10 years. There's no reason for him to have gone and checked it out because it's just an empty lot. And he knew, but he's planning on building something on there, and he owns it, and that's all that really should matter is that he owns it. You know, he paid his
yeah. That
property
should
taxes. He did all this
throw
other
up a
shit.
fucking corral for goats on it or whatever.
Yeah, and you have
Yeah,
to contest that they did it. So like, he would have had to have found out that she was doing that somewhere within the first 10 years, and contest it in order to have any sort of legal grounds. And I'm like, you know, that lawyer had a really good plan. And I'm just like, you know, if that lady and her whole family just disappeared one night, you know, maybe their land could become mine in 10 years.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's nobody to complain when I tear the goat farm down and kill all the goats after that. And then the fucking house I build can be on both lots because I can tear down their house too. Because I know nobody's going to come asking. 10 years and it's my property too. So I think if anybody out there, here, I doubt anybody's listening, but if anybody out there hears this, like, you know, do that shit at your own risk, because I do not imagine people would be thrilled to lose, $50,000-$60,000 in property because
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
sneaky.
it's fucking, yeah, yeah. It's incredibly. Yeah, no, I would definitely be fucking those
Yeah, and
goats up.
there's a lot of people who will go and tuck their tails and run, but I know of a lot of people I've met over my lifetime who would not just leave it at that, and if the law wasn't going to help them, they'd deal with it themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure that you're not going to get to enjoy that property.
Yeah, no, this is
And you'd
absolutely
be
not.
very keen to give it back.
Even if I have to like go buy a bunch of defunct radiology machines and hide the fucking radioactive shit all over your property so that you can't live there, no one can. And then I'll do it.
Right.
Like I'll do whatever it takes. I'm not the kind of guy you want to steal from.
Yeah, that is such just an incredibly shitty thing to do.
Eh. Well, I liked, and that was one of the aspects I liked about the No Country for Old Men until till the end. Was those people were like, that's my fucking money. I'm not just gonna let you fucking take my money and like forget about it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, yeah, they're cartel scumbags, but at the same time, you kind of feel like, well, they're not that unjustified. I'm rooting for the guy. Don't get me wrong. Fuck the cartel. They're evil garbage, but still, I understand their motivation.
yeah, yeah.
It's like they're very motivated because $2 million at that period of time, that was a lot of fucking money. It'd be like 40 million now.
Right.
Because what was that, like the late 70s? It was set in.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, definitely a while
It
ago.
wasn't the 80s. It was like the early or late 70s, one of the two. And yeah, that $2 million at that point would have definitely been a lot more like 40, 20 million now as far as what you could buy with it. Well, actually, let's see. $4.27 is worth 32.21. Oh, somebody's doing minimum wage. I think. I think for a while minimum wage was 4.22, 4.27.
I think that's what it was when I was a kid, when I was a fucking teenager. It was right around there,
Yeah.
like 435, maybe 450, maybe. It was somewhere in that area. That would have been in the early '90s, mid '90s, whatever, somewhere in
Oh,
that
so
area.
here's an easier one. $1 today in 1970 is worth $7.44 today. So easily enough, you can just
So yeah, it would be like
multiply it.
15,
So about
15
14
million.
million, 15 million,
Yeah,
14 and a half
right.
million.
Yeah, and it's not like even 2 million today wouldn't be worth fucking absconding with.
Well, it would be. You could still buy a house and probably live off of the interest. If you
Yeah, you buy a
if you
lot
were smart,
of.
but you'd have to be
Yeah,
really careful, and you wouldn't want to spend too much at any one point. Yeah, 14.88, so about 15 million. Yeah.
say almost 15 million. Yeah.
Yeah, and anytime you have a large sum of money, you have to In order for it to just keep its value, you have to invest it in something that at least keeps up with inflation.
Right.
Oh yeah, did you hear about the Trans Day of Vengeance they're planning on April 1st or something?
I didn't hear the specifics, but it seems pretty fucking stupid. From what I
Oh
heard.
yeah. That is about as good as a description as any.
I thought they just had a Trans Day of Vengeance in Nashville, didn't they?
I don't know. They had a different thing. It wasn't even called like they changed the name of the event that was already planned. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
not like even a new plan. They just were like, we want to capitalize on the Nashville shooting.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was referencing the Nashville shooting when I said that. By the way,
Oh, okay.
because it was a trans person or whatever that fucking
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
up
and it was clearly done as a hate crime because she hated fucking Christians.
Yeah,
And I say she because biologically she was a female.
yeah.
And I think the last thing I'm going to worry about a murderer's is a murderer's feelings.
Pronouns, yeah. Did they die? The person, the bitch that shot everybody has died too, right?
Yeah, well, they killed her. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it was from when the police arrived on the scene to her dead fucking body cooling on the ground was less than 3 minutes. Because they knew what the fuck they were doing, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Which is immediately they went in and started clearing rooms. Second they heard gunfire, they ran to the gunfire because they don't have to worry about clearing rooms anymore. They know that's where the danger is. And they just went right to it, shot her.
Yeah. Maybe the city of Uvalde should hire a few of those fucking cops.
Yeah, legitimate. And how awesome is that? Like the perfect, like they did everything right. It was 6 people that died. I don't know if that includes the shooter or if it's 7 if you include the shooter.
I would hope you include the shooter. Fuck that bitch.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a certain number of people that died compared to had they done like Uvalde and waited for like 3 hours. Who knows?
Yeah.
Would it have been a dozen? Would it have been 2 dozen?
Yeah,
This
that many
bitch
hours.
showed up with like 2 rifles and a pistol and well armed with like plenty of ammo. So
Yeah, yeah. I assume they thought it was going to be like Uvalde.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
I got plenty of time to do a bunch of killing before anybody does anything.
Well, what is it like? They were waiting for like the right armor, then they were waiting for a shield, then they were waiting for the right gun. And it's like, even when all that shit arrived, they still waited for another 45 minutes until somebody else did the job.
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous, man. And I think, I know you hate him, but I think Steven Crowder said, like, the problem with them was that they didn't respect that one of the things you were agreeing to potentially do when you take on the job of being a police officer is that you might have to die.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have to die to protect other people. That's part of the fucking job. And it's like, don't take it if you can't handle it.
Yeah, if I actually ever became a cop, I would understand that.
Yeah. Is that part of why you're being paid as well as you're being paid? And part of why you have all this authority is because you have agreed to put your life on the line as collateral to fucking do your job.
Really save other people, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, the fucking, the donut shooting I put down in the Discord most recently, that's fucking rough, dude.
Which one was that?
Oh, that one's rough. If you're not teared up by the end of that one, I don't know, man. Not the Nashville breakdown, but the arrest gone wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually.
So it's police are called domestic disturbance. The husband's all liquored up and fucking threatening people and violent and shit, so they have to come down and take care of it. Police show up. They're trying to talk to him in the doorway. He's getting weird. He's like, I gotta go put my dogs away. There's no dogs. He has no dogs. But
Wow.
they somehow let him fucking go to his bedroom, and he fucking jumps off the second story balcony and fucking goes a running. So they got to jump off the second story balcony and go a running after him. And then he just stands in a doorway in an attempt to hide. And when one of them comes around the corner, he just shoots out of pure shock. And fucking, it's a dead shot. The guy is on the ground, bleeding out and dead within a few seconds, like 30, 45 seconds.
Wow.
And you can tell that this cop did not intend to shoot him.
Yeah, it was like
Because of his response after that. Like, Donut censors the whole thing because YouTube, you can't see it. But the audio in and of itself is just like, oh, it's so fucking brutal. It's so hard to listen to. I wouldn't watch it again. Because, you know, like, there's this 43-year-old man is dead, and he shouldn't be dead. And part of it is his fault for running, but the other part is that cops should not have shot. He didn't have any reason to shoot. The guy wasn't raising his arms and coming at him. He didn't have anything in his hands besides a bottle of whiskey. And he wasn't in any way violent up until that point. Like, there was no violence leading up to there. There was no violence there. There was no, like, weapons there. So it was just a bad shoot, and the cop's definitely going to get charged with negligent homicide. So he'll probably get found guilty, I would imagine. I mean, it really was pretty cut and dried. There's no excuse for it. And even Donut said, yeah, there's no excuse for that. You can't just shoot. You have to be better than that. You're given a lot of responsibility with that gun. But you can hear, like, the kid clearly didn't mean to. I think he was 27. 27-year-old guy, and a 43-year-old man is the one that got shot and killed.
Yeah, especially as a cop, man. You gotta have way better trigger discipline than that, dude.
Yeah, and he's just like, no. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But black dude, white cop, so I imagine we're going to hear a lot of bullshit about it. But it's definitely not one of those back the blue things, because that cop was definitely wrong.
Yeah, even if it's accidental, man. Even if it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this. Did you know Chicago?
Did he have his gun drawn already when he was coming out?
Yeah, he was chasing the guy with his gun out.
Yeah.
To be fair, the dude disappeared into a back room and out a window, so he could have potentially picked up a weapon, but he was in a very well-lit doorway, and there's no question that he didn't have any weapons in his hands. So there's no excuse for what the guy did. He's definitely deserves to go to jail for a while. I hope they find him guilty, because he is. I just feel like really bad for him, because he clearly didn't intend for it to go that way.
He didn't do it maliciously, but he was still negligent in what he did.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be in a position where you can get spooked into fucking shooting somebody.
Or if you know you're that easily spooked, maybe you shouldn't have taken the job as a cop.
Yeah.
So this is the thing I didn't know, on a less sad note to end today's stream.
All right, I guess.
Chicago is apparently really corrupt when it comes to tickets. There's been a long history and rich history of all sorts of weird corruption, with just unnecessary tickets that are exorbitantly expensive and shouldn't, like all sorts of weird, dodgy shit when it comes to traffic tickets and parking tickets and all that kind of shit. And the most recent one I saw here is they misread a license plate on one of their fucking stoplight cameras, and some dude got him and his wife are now on the hook to pay a ticket into Chicago. They never even been to Chicago. So, not only have they never were they not driving in Chicago that day, they've never driven in Chicago.
Never been there. And they still got a big ass ticket.
Yeah. Oh, Stench ever says,
Damn.
thank God the show is over. Yep, it's getting there. We do eventually come to an end when the hot air machine breaks down. Yeah, they're fighting the ticket, and they may eventually get it overturned because they have like pictures and stuff to prove like, hey, that's not my car or my license plate.
Right.
But I was like, that'd be fucking shitty. You just
Yeah, the
chilling
fact
out,
that they have
and
to do all that.
one day you get a fucking random ass letter from Chicago saying you owe them like $500 for running a stop sign.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man.
Eh.
Yeah, even if it gets, obviously
Well, and a lot of people are stupid. Apparently, they
mess.
don't respond. So they're like,
They
oh, well,
think
that's
it's a
not me.
mistake
I
and
don't have
just
to worry
ignore it.
about it. And they
Yeah.
just ignore it. And it's like, but your name's on it. It came to your address. Whether that's you or not, you're unfortunately in a position now where you have to deal with it, dummy. So they probably let that ticket sit, and that's probably why it didn't get overturned the first time they went to court. Because they waited too long, and now they got to go and get that overturned. It's just a whole fucking process that he outlines in the video. Because he's an attorney, and he does like that kind of stuff. He works with like car law.
Right.
Helping people out who got ripped off from fraudulent car sales, and helping people out with car traffic infractions. He used to do DUI stuff. So he's also used to teach law for a good period of time. So very well versed in the law, seems like. But yeah, it's kind of sad that like this couple was dumb enough to let that sit and fester. Because I got to tell you, I'm going to refute that ticket the day I get it. I'm not going to wait. I'm like, hey, yo, I never even been to your motherfucking city. Y'all ain't taking my money.
Yeah, that's a fuck, man.
Oh, here was another one that was just a shitty law, and it's not like a mistake. If you drive in Massachusetts for any 30 days over the period of 1 year, you owe them registration for your car. Like, you have to pay automotive registration there.
What the fuck, dude?
It's so fucking dumb. Because, like, say you're a tourist or you got, like, family or something and you go visit them a couple times a year, if whatever amount that is stacks up to over 30 days in their state, they'll fucking get you for car insurance registration. Or not car insurance, car registration.
Yeah, car registration.
Which is dumb as fuck because, like, you live in Michigan or you live in, like, Virginia or Oklahoma, you're already paying your registration in your own home state. There's no reason you should be paying it when you're on vacation somewhere else. No other state does that. But I think what they ought to do is all the other states ought to say, if you live in Massachusetts and you drive in our highways, you owe us registration. And then be willing to lift that, provided Massachusetts stops charging their citizens for registration when they fucking go on vacation
there. Yeah. Why the fuck would you? Yeah, I would be like, all right, yeah, I'm not fucking state then. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a very anti.
And the downside
law,
is,
dude.
If you don't pay it, they can revoke your license to drive in Massachusetts. However, your DMV may take that into account and revoke your license there too.
Wow.
In your state. So, even though it doesn't seem like it should affect you in any way, you just be like, well, I'll never go back to Massachusetts. They can still kind of get you sometimes. It depends on your state and how the DMV works. Because that may or may not be the case for you. And eventually they could, garnish wages or like fucking put out a warrant for your arrest if you don't pay long enough, I assume.
Yeah.
Don't know that your state would allow extradition or not, but, it's one of those things where in the end of the day, it's just better to throw them a couple $100 and not argue.
Yeah.
And that's what they're counting on.
Yeah, they're not expecting anybody to actually take some kind of principled stance against it.
You figure it's easy money for them because nobody's going to fight it because there's really no way that they can because it's the law. It's not like a mistake.
I know. How do they know that you've been, do they have something tracking license plates or something?
Presumably the police, I know that police cruisers, a lot of them now have cameras that check just all around them
Yeah.
for like bad registration and shit. So I would assume for out of town registration, and they just log you. You know, driving down the road and they just log that your car was there that night. So that's one day. You know, and then they driving down the road again 10 days later and they log you there. That's another day.
Yeah.
You know, they can't
Yeah.
necessarily prove you were
30
there
times.
from the first time to the second time consecutively, contiguously, but they can say that's 2 days. You know, and if the cop
Yeah.
drives up and down
Yeah.
the road every day, that's, you know, he's going to get you every day, and sooner or later that adds up to 30 days if you're there long enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to kill tourism, but how many people are going anywhere in Massachusetts? Like even Boston. Like, are people really going to Boston
I think
for
Massachusetts
vacation?
probably has a lot of people vacationing just because of the. It's one of the original 13, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So
I
I'd
guess
imagine
there's
there's like
historical shit. Yeah.
historical shit that
There's
people
like,
want to go see, and then also just you know, there's probably a lot of people that visit family there. You know, I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure like it as any given state, there's a lot of people who, you know, come in every year at Christmas because they, you know, lived there when they were younger and moved to another state to get work or something after college or something. You know,
yeah. Just thinking, I'm like, well, yeah, because there's not
I mean, it's
like
not like
in
Hawaii. It's not
Massachusetts.
like they have a tourist
Yeah, so
attraction
I was
like
gonna say
Hawaii,
it's not
but
known for their fucking beaches or any natural
uh,
beauty that I'm aware of. I'm sure it's a nice place, you know, out in the boonies or whatever.
uh,
Probably a lot of greenery and such. But yeah, it seems weird to antagonize tourists like that.
or even like people that just fucking have family there. You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah, somebody might live over this, 20 miles, 10, 20 miles over the state line. They have family that
and
they
they come
visit
down and
regularly
visit
or
for
something.
like birthdays and holidays, and suddenly they got to pay an extra 200
Yeah.
bucks for vehicle registration in fucking Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's the state Elizabeth Warren's from. Couldn't be that surprising, I guess.
Oh, there you go. And I say on that note, we should call it a day and say, don't ever go to Massachusetts. Moral of the day is, don't go to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Fuck that state.
Peace out. Thanks for